My name is Jamie, and this is the vlog for August 29th, 2020. It's about 11:15 p.m. Cheers. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Probably just sums up the day, kind of. So, I'm gonna scooch it all closer. So today, uh, kiddo woke me up real early in her bedroom screaming, "Mom!" so loud I could hear it down the hall. So I thought something was wrong. So I rushed in there and woke up out of a dead sleep and rushed in there. Will you play with me? um, Coffee first? No, mom needs to go lay back down. Um, yeah, I played with her for a while and uh, it got things a little off kilter, but eventually got on track for kettlebells and coffee, usual Saturday morning routine. We talked about the business and sheds and designing logos and things like that. So, which is fun. And we kind of talked about the dynamics of the house right now and what's going on. And unfortunately, today we have a bunch of fruit flies and it's driving me mad. And I finally figured out where they were breeding from because we don't keep stuff out. We don't have a lot of trash out. I mean, I had some recycling that had to go out, but that's all dry paper, paper stuff. So anyway, it turns out there's been a slow leak under my sink in my kitchen for, I don't know, months, weeks, days, enough to cause some damage, some water damage. Not to the floor, thank God, but to the cabinet slab that's underneath all of that. The little piece of plywood that's like this thick. So a little bit moment. But that said, we were able to run a bunch of errands today, but when I came back, I found out about that. And I have some experience replacing the P-traps for that sink, actually. There's two sinks, it's a double sink, and it connects. I replaced one of the P-traps that was severely leaking in February or last year. I don't remember. I replaced one of them. It took me a couple of nights worth of free time and about 40 bucks at Lowe's. And I learned a new skill. And now every time I have a leak, I can kind of check the joints, see where it's at. I know how to reattach the plumbing, clean it up and reattach it, or buy new and reattach. I know if a seal's cracked, that'll do it. So a couple of seals were lost, it turns out. So I had to go to Lowe's. I tried to put in a curbside pickup order for a P-trap set for the kitchen sink and just go pick it up, but it wasn't panning out that they were going to be able to have it pulled tonight. And I really didn't want anything to linger into tomorrow. So I packed up the kiddo, we wore masks, and we talked about the rules are don't touch anything. And we went into Lowe's. So she doesn't get to go into stores right now, most of the time. So today was kind of a big day for that. It was a big day for other reasons too, but I'll come to that. So we got the P-traps. She loves spooky Halloween stuff. She always has, but it scared her this time last year. So she kind of backed away from some of it. But she really liked the display they have in Lowe's. So we visited the display for Halloween stuff for a little while and decided to go get some Coldstone afterwards. Kind of do a cool special girls thing. Because eventually my husband will be home and it won't be a girls thing anymore. And I figured Coldstone would be really cool, when you're 5 and you pick out your ice cream and you watch them put the mix-ins in. That's not the way it works post-COVID. You pull into the parking lot, you pull up the app on your phone, you order that way, you roll down your window and wait for them to call your name. And they bring your ice cream out to you already made. A little lackluster. Not sure I would pay to do it again. I'd rather just go to the frozen yogurt place where there's a little more excitement over like what you pick immediately showing up in your cup kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, we had fun with it though. She sat in the car and we pulled up YouTube videos of the Haunted Mansion attractions and Phantom Manor at Disney parks around the world and watched those. And those were fun. She's seen them before. thank you, by the way, to anyone who videotaped every single ride, made sure it was great quality and posted it on YouTube. You guys are heroes. You just don't know it. Maybe you do now. I don't know. I think the fact that you may have like created a Disney time capsule basically um is amazing. Like my friend Paul does Window to the Magic podcast and plug because it's awesome. And he basically walks around Disneyland Park with microphones on and gets the ambient sounds of a day in the park or a ride on an attraction or things like that and posts it. Um, and it's not a commercial venture, it's a labor of love. Who knew that 16 years he's been doing this? So 16 years in, those recordings are basically like time capsules because in those recordings, there's no discussion of, hey, make sure you keep 6 feet of distance and wash your hands often, like there is now over announcements and things like that, for the parks that are open, which is just Florida. And we can't go to Florida. It's on my husband's no-fly list, and I'm not taking an asthmatic 5-year-old on a plane right now. So, that said, came home, got the kiddo to bed, fixed the sink. There are still flies I'm going to have to get rid of, or they will die, but they shouldn't have any more free breeding ground. So, hopefully that will resolve itself quickly because it's killing me. But Apollo went to the vet today. Um, and he's been losing patches of hair like over his back side, not up his legs, just like kind of his flank and his bum, kind of, I don't know, like before his tail, so the back flank area. um but it's like a very specific pattern and it's flaky, but it doesn't seem to really itch too much or bother him too much. I used antifungal spray on it for a few days and I didn't really see a shift, so we decided to take him to the vet and get some blood work done and see if it's anything, the beginning of some hypothyroidism. The vet's also like, it could just be this guy's male pattern baldness for dogs, basically. I'm like, oh, poor Apollo, you're going to be cold and naked from the halfway down your back down eventually. Gonna need to get you a coat and long johns or something. Oy. But the vet was able to tell us that the paperwork we got him with said he was about 3. The vet's like, he's probably about 5, almost 6, which gives us a better time frame for how much time we'll probably have with him. Um, he got, after the vet, he's very nervous. I wish I had the paperwork around to show you the picture of him when he was first pulled into the shelter. Very skittish dog. And when you think skittish and pit bull, like you think you're going to get bit, this is not that kind of skittish. This is the ultimate beta dog. He's not fighting for his place in the world. He is on the bottom and he will always be there. So he had a tail between his legs and sniffing around and was really nervous and so nervous he wouldn't even eat treats. And he's a very food motivated dog. But I got to walk him down to the park across the street from the vets and walked him down to the beach and kind of let him sniff around. And he loves the water. He got his paws in the water and started drinking it, which I put a nix to because I don't know, it's a water by a shipyard, so oof, and it's salty. Um, but he had a really good time, and I think it was a window into he could be a really cool like hiking and camping and come along for the ride dog later on in life because Odin is not that dog. Odin would love to be that dog, but he's a Great Pyrenees and he is an independent thinker, as his breed is supposed to be. And he is very, very loud when he barks. Like their bark carries for 1.5 to 2 miles. When he is in the house with all the windows closed, I can hear him from at least, I don't know, half a mile away. So he's very, very loud. Can't really take him anywhere because it's intimidating. And if we were to take him out camping, he would do his guard dog thing. And Great Pyrenees generally sleep most of the day and guard at night. They're used to guarding livestock. So they bark away coyotes and mountain lions and bears and stuff like that. So he's a very cool, will stay at home and guard the house dog. So that's been a good thing. All right. I made it 10 minutes in. Today was a completely unplanned but functional day, not quite a disaster. The kitchen is a little cleaner. The leak is fixed. There's lots of positives here. Apollo's healthy. Well, we're going to wait for the blood work, but fairly healthy. So I guess that'll do for today. Tomorrow will be better.